Black supremacy. This is King Noble, Master, your guru. And I would like to do this particular video responding to Lupe Fiasco's Bitch Bad video. I watched the whole video several times. I listened to it, the music, the content, and just some interesting questions arise while listening to it. I find it very interesting that our conscious rappers, our so-called conscious rappers, or rappers that we consider to be conscious, I find it very interesting that their consciousness or considered conscious for exposing or highlighting the negativity within the black community. Like this is what they're conscious of. And when it comes down to black divinity, they have to be very metaphoric. They can't come out totally and express who the black man is and what time it is. But the conscious rappers that are so-called respected are the ones that put a lot of emphasis on the negativity. And they may drop some jewels about who we are, but it's so damn metaphoric. It's ridiculous. But this particular Bitch Bad video got me because the word bitch is like the word nigger. It can be used in so many different contexts, and it has so many different definitions. Of course, it's not the only word like that. I mean, even the word fuck is elusive like that. Why is this? Let me give you a positive reason why we have words like nigga and words like bitch. And these words can be positive or negative. What's happening there? Because we're trying to use our Western mind in order to understand a deeper psyche, a deeper source. We're trying to use Western reality, Western definition, the Western way of defining things, the Eurocentric way of defining things, in order to understand what we're talking about, what we're saying, and what we mean. But let me show you why these words seem to be so elusive. For one, black people communicate through a rhythmic and somewhat of a psychic language. Meaning that somebody can say nigga, and it ain't even that they use the word. You can psychically get the essence or understanding of what was meant. Even the rhythmic tone. See, the language of black people is a deep language. It's a language within a language within a language, to a point that it uses languages and it transcends it simultaneously, so that we can kind of touch the psyche of each other with the utilization of the words that are available. I'm going in now. So the word bitch is like the word nigger. White people are clear out a lot of times when they say things. I mean, it is what it is. They usually say what they mean, and they usually mean what they say, and they're very limited in their use of the meanings and definitions of words. Black people communicate as whole beings. So while we may use a word, we're also energetically communicating what is meant beyond the words that we are using. So when we do that, the words begin to become very liquid, very shallow. The words begin to melt into the reality of what we're actually expressing. It's interesting. And I know that black people know that. They just want to so bad capitalize off the negative and take the Eurocentric perspective for whatever they can gain in presenting our people that way. That's why they do that. But if you in tune as a black entity, if you in tune as a melanated being, some of it calling it ebonics or whatever, if you in tune with on a real level, you know what we mean. You know what the word nigga mean, when and how it is said, and how it is vibrated and communicated. You know what the word bitch mean. how it is communicated. You only want to appeal to how white people and how a Eurocentric mind perceives our utilizations of words. So that's good for white people. That's good for Christian-minded, self-righteous, Eurocentric-minded Negroes, conservative Negroes. That's perfect. I believe that's why you were wearing a suit in the Bitch Bad video, because you were trying to appeal to a conservative, non-rhythmic, non-in-tune type of black person. That's your market. Your market ain't the real niggas. Your market ain't the real bitches. Your market ain't the bad bitches. But you know what? Kinda your market is. Because if you got to use the negatives in order to get paid, guess what, brother? You are no different from the people using the negatives to get paid. So you are contradicting yourself, and you are doing the opposite of what it appears that you're trying to transform. You yourself must use bad bitch in the title of your song to cause controversy. You yourself must use the negative stereotype, the negative perception of how black people communicate amongst one another. You have to use the negative of yourself in order to sell the album. So you know different. And in the end, you out here to kill bitches. But yet, you don't mean that literally. But we know what you mean. And when somebody says they want a bad bitch, don't get so conscious. Don't get so self-righteous, so superficial, and so Eurocentric minded that you act like you don't understand or know what the hell somebody is talking about. And that they mean that in a way that is derogatory or disrespectful. They don't mean that. They want a rider. They want a supreme woman. And their way of saying it is, I'm looking for a bad bitch. They want a woman on their team. So come on, man. Stop it, man. We spend so much time getting caught up in the words. That's some white people shit. Like we don't understand what we're saying and what we're meaning. That what we're saying is obscure to us. But I know when you walk through the hood, you know what people are talking about. When you're relating to your brothers and sisters in the hood. But we got one image for white folks and white European record buyers and black people that are untouched with who they are. We got one face for them. And then we got another face in the hood with the people. We know what's going on. So I say this to say that I was touched by that video because it's not just Lupe Fiasco. I've seen this over the years, that what we call conscious artists are those who highlight the negativities in our community. I want to see some of these artists stand on the positive, on the black divinity, on the black supremacy that is in our community. I want to see them stand on that as hard as they're willing to spread our dirty laundry, our perceptive dirty laundry across the world to further add to the negative stereotypes. Black supremacy is in our community. Black divinity is in the black community. Black nobility, black perfection, black revolution, black rebellion, black uniqueness. That's in our community too. And a lot of the things that you see negative, it's just because we have a whole nother spin on reality other than the Europeans. That's a fact. And some of the highest wishes for some of these conservative, self-righteous Negroes is that black people become like their highest idea or highest vision of a white man. And until black people get like that, and white people like that don't even exist anymore because they trying to be black. They trying to get down with the black culture that you selling. They only buy the negativity, you know that, so you got to make us look more negative and sell more negative. And pretend as if we're raising our children not to respect themselves and one another. because we have a different spin on words and utilization of words. The black people are very deep than they're given credit for. And I would like to see some of these rappers go into that depth. Because the type of depth that they're presenting out here today, even the so-called conscious rappers, it's typical. It's usual. It's already been done. They've already touched on that. I mean, there's no one that can open up the can of worms or open up the negativities, the perceivable negativities that exist in the black community. There's no more ones to open up. But you know what will be radical and be different? If we show the positives, we show the perfection and the divine order of who we are as a people. And that's why I like a lot of what the brother Wise Intelligence is doing. Because I see that. I see the brother Wise Intelligence flipping a lot of the stereotypes and a lot of traditional ways of looking at ourselves to constantly have a negative perspective and a negative image about who we are that has become marketable, and that you can't even be a conscious rapper or a fake gangster rapper unless you're willing to market some type of negativity, whether it's the direct negativity or if you're talking about the negativity of those projecting the direct negativity. We need a whole new paradigm shift on the perception of our people. A whole new way of understanding and interpreting this divine blackness that we are. This is my response to Brother Lupe Fiasco Bad Bitch video. And I'm looking for bad bitches. And y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm the most conscious, most supreme entity in all of existence. But I need bad bitches. Join www.KingNobleBlackRulership.com. Join us. On that site, we got a channel all day now. Now we have a channel playing live streaming videos and information all day. Whenever you go to our site, we live streaming all day. It's a channel now. My website have just become a channel. So channel in and get with that vibe of what we got going on over there and how we constantly bringing that information live to you. Black supremacy.